What up, people? It's boy, Mr. Chudy. And of course, I'm not doing a review, but this caught my eye. And we're not seeing that. We are starting the new year, the new January 2018 comic book sales to comic shops. And we can see already that Marvel, for the first time this year, in fact, for the first time I've been looking at this, is now in the top five. Got Doomsday Clock number three is number one. Number two, Dark Knight's Metal number two. Number five, Batman number 38. Batman number 39. And then The Walking Dead. No Marvel title in the top five for Comichron. That's incredible. But let's move it on. We see that DC had a strong opening to the year, and Hawkman, which was released in December of last year, was recorded in the top three the year, basically, 3 weeks after its release, which is fantastic. Marvel was off year over year, but only by high single digits against what was a very unusual month for it. January 2017 was the month that Marvel offered free overships to its entire list, distorting that category. So it looks like Comichron is noticing that, yeah, Marvel is overshipping. See that the publishers or the sales were divided between the regular $4.99 issue and the $3.99 special. Okay, but yeah, we move on forth, and then let's move what we got in here. So we saw our top five here. Doomsday Clock over 100. So sales could be better, but we see who's taking over. And Indie has Image has beaten out Avengers basically. Look at that. Only one and two, three. Of course, Amazing Spider-Man, Venom Incorporated had made it to the top 10, but we see that Old Man Hawkeye, didn't. And then, of course, Star Wars Darth Vader, Detective Comics, 15, Amazing Spider-Man remains at 16, Phoenix Resurrection, its event, you know. Phoenix Resurrection number 2 beat out, it just got progressively lower with the sales each week, which is unfortunate. I told you it peaked at 3. And Flash and everything like that. But I'm not only making this video to show what books need to be taken seriously, but need to be moved up to get the needle up. We got to move the needle. We got to make sure that these good comics, are being sold. So people know Doomsday Clock and Dark Knight's Metal and Batman. They're all, self-explanatory. Avengers, I don't know. Batman White Knight, Sean Gordon Murphy's doing his thing. He's in the top 10. Let's make sure we keep him that way up there. Venom Incorporated has ended, so I will transfer that to another book. Batman the Signal was, clunky, but there's potential for it. And I say that there's only 2 more issues in this 3 issue. Let's give it a chance. He's trying. Let's see what we got. Old Man Hawkeye, I've heard good things about it. And if you support this book, keep going forward. Darth Vader has been a very good book. I recommend this, man. Charles Soule has been writing a good book. Support him. Move the needle for him, man. Detective Comics, self-explanatory. Mr. Dan Slott, you already know, the man who blocks people only by association. Nah, not Dan Slott. No. You had your chance and you refused. And now you respect more people. Astonishing X-Men, yeah, another great X-Men book. The Astonishing X-Men, which beat out Phoenix Resurrection's other 3 issues, and I really liked the 3rd issue by Rosenberg, but it fell flat in 4 and 5. So yeah, support Charles Soule. There are only 5 more issues left of Astonishing X-Men, supported by buying number 8 this month. The Flash, of course, and we can see that sales increased for Flash to 38 to 39 when we're not getting the Grodd right here. So that's a good sign. Support Joshua Williamson. He really loves writing the book of Flash. You can tell by his tweets. He's awesome. And he really likes his book, man. He really does. See Justice League. I believe Christopher Priest is doing a great job. Flash Annual. It's doing well. Superman, number 39, which really was a very good story. And I say that for the artists Tomasi Gleason and even Robinson who are writing the book, support them hard enough to at least give Bendis a reason to say that you better not disappoint. This was of no importance. The last Jet DJ, nobody cared about him. Avengers, Rogue and Gambit. It's criminal. We gotta support this, man. Kelly Thompson is doing a great job. She's doing a great job on Rogue and Gambit, and I would say that we need to support her book. It's great. Move the needle for Kelly Thompson. Mr. Miracle, no, of course, Tom King is killing it, but we need to get these sales up. Move the needle for Tom King, you know. Gotta do it. Venom, Mike Costa. It's Venom is one of more for months. I mentioned that Venom was the hidden gem of Marvel, and it remains to be so. You gotta support Mike Costa. Venom is great. Venom is fantastic, and you know, all I can say is that we gotta keep up our support for the dude, man. Mark Waid's Captain America seems to have, calmed down a bit. I don't know, but you know, Captain America's gonna be a monarch now, so what can you do? Damage, which was an issue one, for $2.99. That's not bad. So yeah, and we all like Damage. Let's make sure we get Damage going up. And you have X-Men Gold. It's not bad. It's just like Guggenheim was just generic with it. So I don't know. If you like the X-Men, do what you got to do for it. Wonder Woman. I have Underground Geek really likes this. I've never read an issue of Wonder Woman, but I've heard good things about it. And apparently with this new team, it's getting better. So yeah, you got to move the needle for Wonder Woman right here. Super Sons number 12, which I got my highest review for a Super Sons video was this last issue number 12. We gotta move the issue for Tomasi and Jorge Jimenez. Though Jorge Jimenez is out there doing his thing, promoting his books, giving us fantastic art. And of course Tomasi is Tomasi, man. He does his thing, man. He's a G. He is a G. We gotta support these. We gotta support Super Sons, man. Gotta move the needle for Super Sons. Okay. Marvel 2-in-1. Because of, man, Chip Zdarsky wore me down, man. I bought issue 1 and I was just hooked to it. I loved it. And you know that this Wednesday, issue number 3 comes out. We got to make sure that good Marvel books get out there. You got to support, move the needle for Chip Zdarsky and Marvel 2-in-1. Let's make sure Ben Grimm and Johnny Storm get their due. You know what I mean? All right, let's see what we got else. Titans, number 19. Fantastic, man. Dan Abnett does a good job writing this book. Move the needle for Titans, man. Titans is fantastic. I love Titans. Titans is a great book. Of course, we gotta support our mans right here, Ethan Van Sciver, Hal Jordan, and the Green Lantern Corps. Support it. And Sam Humphries, man. Sam Humphries writes a great book for Nightwing. You gotta move the needle for Hal Jordan and Nightwing, man. You got to. We have Teen Titans, another fantastic book, man. I always recommend the Teen Titans. Teen Titans was my first review when I began reviewing comics on this channel. To this day, I had my highest review at number 16. Marv Wolfman wrote it, just for a brief reprieve from the usual writer who also does a fantastic job. But let's move the needle for Teen Titans, man. Also, I haven't touched Zdarsky, but, number 300 for the Spectacular Spider-Man. You gotta show out for Chip Zdarsky when he's got 2 books coming out this month. You got to do it. So, Supergirl, I've heard good things about it. So is Justice League of America. Raven, the Daughter of Darkness, nice showing. Marv Wolfman wrote this one, and Marv Wolfman created Raven. And I say let's move the needle for him, man. This was a good book. Really enjoyed it. I'm sure we gotta move the needle, man. We gotta do it. Okay. Heard good things about Aquaman. Trinity is unfortunately ending, but, let's give it a good send-off. You know what I'm saying. Jean Grey has officially ended, so that's it for that. Thanos, I've heard good things about it. You got to support and move the needle for Thanos, man, even though I haven't written it. Legion. I don't know why. Hawkman found this is like a bunch of other reprintings, so definitely people move the needle for Hawkman, man. And Dan Abnett wrote this, so for Titans, do it. This is criminally underrated. Red Hood and the Outlaws, man. Nah, man. We got to move the needle for Scott Lobdell and the artiste who will be doing issue 20. He's coming back. Dexter Soy. And his colorist, man, Victoria. Like, that's a trio right there. I'm telling you, Red Hood and the Outlaws, you got to move the needle for Scott Lobdell. Scott Lobdell is a beast. I love Red Hood and the Outlaws. It is my favorite Rebirth DC book. It's great. It's fantastic. And it's outselling. Imagine, this man has a movie right now, Black Panther, coming out this Friday. And Red Hood and the Outlaws, I love them, but they're not Black Panther tier. But this, and it's outselling it by, 64 issues or so, 64 units. But Red Hood and the Outlaws is currently ahead of Black Panther. Disgraceful. Amazing Spider-Man reunion. I would say keep up with this. Support alternative ones and see what they can do. Jody Hauser had that great line page. They're doing their thing. So on and so forth. Champions outselling Cable by a few hundred units. You can't have that, man. We got to move the needle for Malin, man. Move the needle for John Malin, man, because we got to get his book up there. Got to show some love right there for these creators who show love back to the fans. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Christopher Priest. I really enjoyed his Deathstroke annual. It was fantastic. We got to support Christopher Priest and do what we got to do. And, Batwoman is selling low. Deadman, is pretty good. Spirits of Vengeance ended this month, yeah. And so, yeah, I would have recommended that. She-Hulk is ending next month, so we already know like that. Yellow Flash really likes Ben Riley's Scarlet Spider. It's a criminally underrated book from what I've seen, and we got to move the needle for that author. Get some diversity and characters up in there. You know what I mean? Iron Fist is criminally underrated. Got to get some love for him, man. Got to get some love for my man Iron Fist. Doomsday Clock, of course. This is second issue. It's doing numbers. We all know that. Mystic U ends in March. Conspiracy 3 issue 1, but I would advise people, it's a criminally underrated book, I understand, but let's move the needle for good literature, right? You know what I mean? I'm saying you know what I mean a lot. Hawkeye's ending. Black Bolt. Demon is Hell on Earth, yeah. Look at that, Iceman. I predict by when they come out with the Comicrons, like it will hit 10,000. By the time that it's canceled, it'll be below 10,000 units. Imagine. So we keep moving forward. New Superman is still selling okay. Well, not okay, but it could be better. And Beatable Squirrel Girl selling below 10,000, of course. It's finally went down there. Luke Cage is selling less than Unbeatable Squirrel Girl. Luke Cage that has a season 2 show on Netflix ready to come out. Disgraceful. See what I mean? In Astro City. Black Lightning, Cold Dead Hands. And I can understand why. The sales for this has been earned, unfortunately. I will finish this series. Issue 4 was, once again, a little bit of a step up, but I predict that sales will still fall because I think the damage has been done because it was just not well written. It didn't get enough action. Cyborg was canceled last month, and, it ended, the way it does. But it's unfortunate because the story really picked up well. But it is what it is. And, White Knight, another reprinting, Sean Gordon Murphy still doing his thing. And, but Teen Titans number 12, still selling, but this will become very apparent. Look at this, America Chavez. Teen Titans number 12, the beginning of the Gotham Resistance, that came out months ago, has outsold America Chavez. And America's coming out, another one's coming out this month, and then next month. And I predict that sales will fall below 7,000. It'll be 6,000 something. It's going to fall into this area of, irrelevancy. And of course, Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur is still going on at 6,689. Red Death is still selling. Imagine. All the metal books are still selling low. And, nobody's really talking about it because, they can afford to do that. Man Machine Transformers Lost Light. Doomsday Clock is still selling. Batman the Merciless, of course, numbers in the thousands. Betty and Veronica, the Vixens, the Drowned still doing well. Abbott by Boom. Number 1 by, what was it? Saladin Ahmed. Look at that. What an introduction. Your sales are going to continue to fall after that, my friend, unfortunately, because of the way that you interact with people. Batman Lost still doing things. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Riverdale, Batman White Knight, still in the reprintings. Judas, low sales. Then, Uber Invasion. Nothing from Aubrey Sitterson's book. Kill Lobotomy, blah, blah. Marvel 2 and 1, number 1. Oh, it's still doing well in the resales. Fence. Cap. Cross. Keep going down, 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 down. Then, Teen Titans number 15, imagine. Still selling. Fighting America, Belladonna. Hatchet. Jungle Fantasy Survivors. Do. Let's see, blah 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 blah, and Batman Who Laughs is still doing the thing right here. Blah 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 blah. We keep going down. Oh my gosh, I didn't know they included those who are selling in the 900s. Amazing Age, Friends, Believers, Wolverine, X-Men, and then of course, that's the end of that. Let me see something though. Let's see. Let's see. Nothing on Transformers versus Visionaries didn't even make it. Well, that must be. Let's check out the G. I. Joe. G.I. Joe, a real American. No, this is at the bottom. G.I. Joe, real American. Oh, G.I. Well, I guess it didn't even appear here, but it is what it is. Well, anyway, I'll wrap this up. We gotta support these videos. The guys who are highlighted, the books that are highlighted, we gotta support them. We gotta do what we gotta do. But it is a shame that Marvel is suffering at the beginning of this year. This is not a good start for Marvel at all for 2018. No book in the top 5. You were beaten out by Walking Dead. You didn't appear until the number 6 spot in terms of units, Avengers. And then your next one was an event book. Then your next one was Old Man Hawkeye. And then another Marvel book, that's an actual Marvel book, not Star Wars, doesn't appear until number 16. And then, the rest wrap it up. So, just Amazing Spider-Man, your short events and whatnot. So we'll see what happens. But right now, DC is still moving up in the same spot. But we got to move these needles for the good people. So once again, thank y'all for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notifications. Make sure you're notified. Do these things for you, the people. Gotta move the needle and whatnot. So thank y'all for watching. I should have more videos up later today.